All right, hello there. This is Nicole Ale, and I am just going to show you the lesson that I planned for my book sharing. I was going to share with you my video from the live class, but I couldn't do that without having students' names being displayed. So I pulled out the slides that I used onto a PDF, and I'm going to show you what we did. So I first had a little introduction, just talking about classroom news and things like that. And then we went into the activity, and we have these breakout rooms. Breakout rooms are actually separate rooms within Blackboard Collaborate, which is what we use to meet up. And I had 3 different breakout rooms. I had one for aluminum, one for mercury, and one for copper. And so what students were supposed to do is choose a room with the metal that interests them the most, and then they need to read the interesting fact from The Disappearing Spoon, which is the book that I'm sharing, and then they need to click on the video to watch how that metal is mined, processed, and or used. They could also click on a different website link to learn even more. And then I wanted them to add at least one thought or picture per prompt about what they learned about that metal. And then at the end, I brought all the slides back to the main room. So let me just show you. Before I let them go into their own breakout rooms, I showed them, and I actually read the prompts. So I said, aluminum's 60-year reign as the world's most precious substance was glorious, but soon an American chemist ruined everything. And then there was 2 different videos that they could look at and an article from the Live Science website. And then I have a picture of aluminum here and some little bubbles that they could write interesting facts about aluminum that they had learned. And then they could do a Google search for aluminum images and paste them here. And then if they had any funny aluminum stories from their childhood or even recent ones, they were able to share it there. And then the next breakout room was mercury. And the quote I took from The Disappearing Spoon for mercury was, hat manufacturers once used a bright orange mercury wash to separate fur from pelts, and the common hatters who dredged around in the steamy vats like the mad one in Alice in Wonderland gradually lost their hair and wits. And then they have 3 videos. One is about mercury poisoning today, and then the 4th link is to the Live Science website again with facts about mercury. And then again, they just have the opportunity to share what they've found out, make a collage, tell us any stories. And then finally we have copper. Here's the quote from the book. If certain bacteria, fungi, or algae inch across something made of copper, they absorb copper atoms which disrupt their metabolism. Human cells are unaffected. The microbes choke and die after a few hours. So then we have modern mining, power of copper, and facts about copper. And I chose copper because copper is mined in Michigan. And this is actually an introduction to metals. We're going to start learning about metals on Monday. And this is just a little fun activity we did on Friday. Again, we've got the graphic organizer, a little collage area, and copper stories. And so I let them explore this for about 30 minutes. And then I brought all of the slides back to the main room. So you can see they added their information. They made a little collage. They told different stories. And then I read all of these out loud to the students. And if anybody wanted to share, they shared their own. Here's for copper. Here's the copper collage. Copper stories. Somebody was drawing on the whiteboard, telling about their story. And then finally, we had mercury. And so after we were done with all of this, then the very last slide had the book The Disappearing Spoon, and I said that my inspiration for this lesson was from The Disappearing Spoon, and other true tales of madness, love, and the history of the world from the periodic table of elements. And I just talked a little bit about how amazing this book is and how it puts into perspective all of the things that we're learning about right now and how much they affect our everyday life. And then I also pointed out that it does have some drama in it as well. We're learning about Mendelvey right now, the father of the periodic table. And this is a little excerpt from The Disappearing Spoon. It says, a few years later, Mendeleev, now famous, divorced his wife and wanted to remarry, although the conservative local church said he had to wait 7 years. He bribed a priest and got on with the nuptials. This technically made him a bigamist, but no one dared arrest him. When a local bureaucrat complained to the Tsar about the double standard applied to the case, the priest was defrocked. The Tsar primly replied, I admit, Mendeleev has 2 wives, but I have only one Mendeleev. And that is how I did my book share. Thanks for listening.